Hello everyone, welcome back my channel. Trump agrees Harris' husband is crappy Jew in interview. In an interview on Tuesday, former President Donald Trump seemed to agree with a radio host's statement who called Vice President Kamala Harris' Jewish husband, Doug Emhoff, a crappy Jew. Trump, the GOP presidential nominee, spoke with WABC radio host Sid Rosenberg in an interview on Tuesday. However, during the interview, both Trump and Rosenberg took aim at Harris, the Democratic presidential candidate following President Joe Biden's drop from the 2024 presidential race, as they spoke about the Jewish voters following Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the U.S. In the interview, Rosenberg, a conservative radio personality that has a controversial history, began to criticize the second gentleman, calling him a crappy Jew, as Trump appeared to agree. "He's Jewish like Bernie Sanders is Jewish. Are you kidding me? He's a crappy Jew," Rosenberg declared. "Yeah," Trump said as the conversation continued to critique Harris on various other issues. The comments come after Trump, in Tuesday's interview, suggested that Harris appeared uncomfortable during her recent meeting with Netanyahu. "You can see the disdain," Trump said. "She doesn't like Israel. She doesn't like Jewish people. Everyone knows it, but no one wants to say it." In response to Trump's remarks, James Singer, a spokesperson for the Harris campaign, said in a statement to the Associated Press, AP, "America is better than the fear, hate, and despicable insults of Donald Trump." Vice President Harris believes Americans want a president who unites our country, uses the power of the presidency to help families, and has a vision for our future. Trump has a history of controversial remarks about Jewish voters, including a statement in March accusing Jews who vote for Democrats of hating Israel and their religion, the AP reported. Tuesday's interview comes just days after Trump accused Harris of anti-Semitism in a speech on Friday at the Believers Summit, which was hosted in Palm Beach, Florida, by Turning Point Action, the campaigning arm of conservative group Turning Point USA. 2 days ago, she refused to attend the speech in Congress of the Prime Minister of Israel. She said, "Oh, I can't make it. It was just a small group of people, but they couldn't make it because that's her original thought. That's where she comes from. She doesn't like Jewish people. She doesn't like Israel. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's always going to be. She's not going to change," Trump said. The vice president skipped Netanyahu's speech to the U.S. Congress last week as she was traveling in Indiana during that time, but did meet with the Israeli leader in a separate meeting the next day. Trump's remarks come as the former president seeks to highlight the divisions within the Democratic Party over the Israel-Hamas conflict, as some Democratic leaders decided not to attend Netanyahu's speech last week, citing divisions over the war. Israel is currently at the 10th-month mark of its war against Hamas, which began after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, killing 1,200 people. Israel subsequently launched its heaviest-ever airstrikes in Gaza. More than 39,000 Palestinians have been killed, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, the AP said. The rising death toll has led to international calls for a ceasefire. Meanwhile, Emhoff, who grew up in Brooklyn, New York, with 2 Jewish parents, is the first Jewish spouse of a nationally elected U.S. leader and has been a prominent figure in the Biden administration's efforts to combat anti-Semitism. He has visibly embraced Jewish traditions, such as hanging mezuzahs at the vice president's residence and leading Passover celebrations at the White House. Meanwhile, Harris, who was raised Christian, has also embraced the multi-faith aspect of her family. In a statement on Holocaust Remembrance Day on May 6, Harris said, "Doug and I have been proud to hang mezuzahs, light menorahs, and host Passover seders. And with each of these actions, we send a message to the world. The Jewish people can overcome evil. We can, and we must stand strong in the face of hate." In addition, since her public endorsement from Biden, prominent pro-Israel lawmakers spoke to Jewish Insider to show their support for Harris and defend her record on anti-Semitism.